All right, so I saw this video from Cameron and I wanted to watch it. Let's give it a view.
Is it just me, or has gym culture become extremely corny as of recently? Now, I know that statement...
That guy's okay. The guy with the mask
Or
on,
has
that guy
gym
just
culture
has
become
some kind of issue, you know? He's messed up in the head. Chronically ill.
extremely corny as of recently. Now, I know that statement is going to have a bunch of bodybuilders pissed off in the comment section telling me how they're 260
totally
pounds
right.
and they could literally fold me in one punch, which they probably could.
I think all the time about how the guys who are really, really big, I'm super impressed by anyone who can reach those kinds of sizes. But at the same time, they're always out of breath, and there's no way that it's healthy to be constantly out of breath like that. There has to be something going on there, you know?
I mean, I'd hope that you could fold Cameron, the freaking YouTuber, in one punch if you've been training for the past 5 years, gulping down protein shakes and sucking dudes off for creatine. I would hope that beating up Cameron, the freaking YouTuber, would be your easiest task. I would hope so. But just hear me out before you run to the comment section and type out that freaking graphic novel of an opinion. Just watch the whole video.
If you leave a comment that's over one paragraph, good luck having anyone read it. Don't even do it. If you can't sum up your thoughts into one paragraph, it's not even worth it because nobody's going to read it. And also, you're probably not being very concise. You're probably just rage posting, just pounding on the keyboard and breathing real hard like bodybuilders.
And just listen, please. That's all I ask.
It all makes sense
Just
now.
listen before you go to the comment section and type out that biblical
Sure,
scripture.
give it to me.
But
Give
all
it to
that
me,
being
chapstick
said,
man.
The gym has been pretty cringy as of recently. The gym used to be this place where you would go to improve yourself, build your confidence.
Well, there's so many people now who are just out there giving the worst advice that you've ever heard. What I've noticed I've been working out for a long time now. I know you can totally tell I'm absolutely just terribly jacked at this point. But the thing is that just there's so much bad advice. People want to give you all of these tips that are impossible to follow. They want to tell you to eat absolutely no food colorings and nothing that's not a whole food ingredient and blah, 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 all these things. For most of us that are living in America or any Western country, our diets are a specific way. And if you try to deviate from that diet too hard, the odds of you sticking to your diet are extremely low. And so you have to find a way to eat that fits with the way you already eat. You have to find a way to eat fewer calories and more protein while also not dramatically changing everything like crazy. I can't imagine being someone who eats nothing but sweet potatoes, grilled chicken, kale, all those things all the time. One, because I would never have the time to prepare that food constantly and consistently, and two, because I would just get so bored. Anytime that I'm on a diet where I can't have cheese or pizza or a sweet treat of some kind, I'm just not going to stick to it. There's not a chance. Zero chance. I might have a couple weeks of motivation in me, but I've been on a cut for 7 weeks now, and I don't know, man. I have a bag of chicken nuggets downstairs. Those never any, or the bear breaded or whatever they're called, the ones from Sam's Club. And those things are fire, dude, and they have great macros on them. Why would you limit yourself on the things that you can eat? It's only going to decrease your chances of success. Now, once you've been on a diet for a long time, and you're getting better and better at eating, you should try to move towards more whole foods, because the more nutrients that you can get from a whole food source and the less vitamins and supplements you have to take, the better, hands down, because it's harder to absorb those things from vitamins and supplements, supposedly. But you should any improvement is a good improvement, and doing things that are going to make it harder for you to improve is not the way to go, for sure.
And make some new friends along the way. The gym used to be a haven of respect, discipline, and hard work. If you were going through something, maybe a breakup, maybe some mental health issues, or maybe you just didn't like how you looked, the gym was an outlet for that. I mean, the whole reason I got into the gym was because back in late 2020, I was pretty sad. I was doing freaking online school instead of in-person school because of freaking COVID.
Could you imagine being a high schooler? Could you imagine being a high schooler during COVID? I didn't like being a high schooler during normal time, but there's no way I would have gotten anything done if I was doing online school. I would not have shown up. I would have gotten so many truancy letters, so many more truancy letters, I should say.
And so I was just kind of cooped up in my house, and I was just really sad. I wasn't in the best mental state. But from 2020 to the year 2023, I've noticed this huge change when it comes to gym culture. What used to be this place about hard work, discipline, and respect has now turned into this place about ego, greed, and clout. And I want to say
everything has become like that. Don't don't call it just the gym. Everything has become about that. Video gaming has become about that. Music has become about that. Any kind of activity. I bet knitting has become about that. If there is a community around it, people want to be number one in that community now. And I think that that's the most abysmal way to look at anything that's going on in the world. The idea that you need to be number one at something, that you need to make money off of it to do it, is insane. There should be a ton of stuff in your life that you do just because you want to improve at it. That's how you get there. Nobody wants to watch somebody who is obviously doing something just because they're trying to get a paycheck off of it. It's gross. It's cringy. It's gross, and nobody wants to see it. So if you think that you're so clever that you're going to trick everyone into thinking that you actually care about this thing when it's obvious that you don't, just quit. Just quit.
That change occurred back in late 2022.
Wasting
in
your time.
2021, I remember gym content mainly being about workouts, diets, and just like challenges
And cheat
here
meals.
And there. But in
Cheat meals, baby. That's what it was about.
2022, a flip switched. You're gonna see what I mean by gym culture is becoming super
The
cringy.
old flip
Like, peep
switching.
this real quick.
This is autism. This is a form of autism, definitely. I don't like the tooth around his neck.
Now, I don't know.
That guy thinks he's so badass, and he might be a badass, but I just look at that person and I think, wow, dude, I would just, if you had any friends that you were in a group chat with, you would get drugged for that immediately.
This guy is trying to intimidate with that freaking edit right there, but he does not look scary at all. He thought he looked jacked and scary, but bro just looks like a jacked pedophile.
You cannot run someone
bro.
like that.
I'm
for
sorry,
sure.
but if I saw somebody like that in the gym, I'm just gonna think that they're a freaking cornball, bro. Aside
There's
from
so many tripods in gyms. I encountered one in real life yesterday. The day before yesterday. I was there at 9 in the morning and there was somebody with a tripod. And I get why she had a tripod. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I could see why she had a tripod. It probably works out well for her. But still, I'm bench pressing in her background and just thinking like, oh god, dude, the OnlyFans content, they're gonna be pissed off that I'm here with my little tummy sticking out.
freaking dark lighting and stuff that he edited this video with. Bro, this man went into broad daylight with that freaking mask, went to the gym,
Yeah,
started
he probably kept
lifting,
it in his gym
and thought he
bag.
looked freaking scary with that mask on. And the one thing you have to realize is that this music wasn't there before the video was created. This man was in the gym,
Yeah,
all
just
those
doing this
freaking
by
weights clinking
himself.
and clanking, lifting with the freaking mask on, silent as I don't know what. And then this man
Oh,
went to the
man.
bathroom, all that freaking squeaking.
And meanwhile, there's somebody taking a shit in this stall. The door's closed, and this guy's just out here doing that. Imagine coming out of the bathroom in the gym and this guy just being here, and you're just being like, "Jeez, am I gonna have to fight somebody right now?"
In there flexing with his freaking mask on, thinking that he looks scary. Like, overall, this just looks freaking cringy, bro. This is corny behavior.
I hate the people who think that the gym is the thing that makes you worth something. I feel like this is that idea that oh, I got to get really buff or else I'm victim weight or whatever. Dude, no, you're not. The world for us is mostly okay and safe. You're just changing the way you look. That's all you're doing. But you're still the same person on the inside. I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into that, but there's a million things in your life that you have to put hard work into. And if the only thing you're doing is working out and getting really big, you're missing out on so many parts of life. And the fact that that dude is making that content and doing that thing shows me that he has a few of those things that he's missing. That makes sense?
This is cornball behavior. The definition of gym cell. This must be so awkward without music. What are you doing, bro? IRL, I would laugh so
comments.
hard. All right, buddy, time to pack it up. If I see that in the lockers, I'm not coming in. Number one reason, I don't make the gym my whole personality. I'll end up like this guy.
Totally.
And that's a huge problem with a lot of gym content now. Everyone makes it their entire personality. It's
yeah.
not like they go to the gym, but they're also like into this thing and this thing. It's like they
Yeah.
only go to the gym and that's what they're only into.
The amount of people online who their entire life revolves around how do I get to 195 pounds at being 8% body fat is astounding nowadays. That's what so much gym content is. And there's like a meta conversation going on around it whenever you see posts on r/fitness or whatever, that shows that that's how everybody is thinking, or at least most of the people in that space are thinking. These are my sets, and this is my physique, and this is what I eat, and they're just trying to get clout out of it. They're just trying to get upvotes and clicks. They're trying to be somebody through lifting weights, and I can't explain to you how if you don't already understand, it's really difficult to make you understand that there's already so many people who have done that way better than you're going to do it, and you can't get there, Like, you better find a way to make yourself stand out as an individual, because these people are going to do that way better than you are. You're not Sam Sulek.
And it just breeds this whole new variant of NPCs, bro. Like, I don't know how this dude threw that mask on and just thought, like, yeah, man, I look freaking sick.
He's getting clicks,
I look scary, bro. I look jacked and scary, bro.
Because all the other kids want to be like him,
bro. Like, honestly. But yeah, that's like just one of the variants of NPCs that the gym has created ever since this freaking like social media and gym boom. This next variant of NPC are the people that freaking say that they're in their villain arc, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. But basically, there's like a whole trend of gym content creators villainizing themselves, saying that they're the freaking villain,
dude,
that it's their villain arc and
bro.
stuff like that. And I also think it's pretty cringy. It just makes you sound like one of those freaking anime kids in the back of the class that nobody would speak
Emo
to.
dude.
And it just makes you look like a certified cornball. Like, peep this video right here.
What's a secret that you never told your ex?
I never liked him in the first place.
Where were you when I needed you?
Oh my gosh.
For pity.
You were selfish.
How long were you with him?
Dude.
You know.
You are not the main character. You're not. You will never be. We are not we are not these hyper individualistic, our story is the most important one creatures. We are an entire body of organisms that are existing inside of a societal structure. You have got to drop the ego that somehow you making these videos on the internet is going to make you matter. That's not how it works. You will not matter. Nobody as an individual matters. I don't think that having billions of dollars, I don't think that having hundreds of millions of views, I don't think Mr. Beast matters. I don't think Asmongold matters, because I don't think that there's such a thing. You're not going to affect history by lifting weights and making these cheesy edits. It's just not going to happen. Stop paying a videographer to give you purpose in your life. That's not how purpose works. Bro. All of these transitions. You're just working out.
This is literally the equivalent of a freaking Bart Simpson edit back in 2016. Look, I respect any man that goes to the gym. It's very hard to stay that consistent in the gym and having a body like that. I'm not gonna lie. But
I love my fellow gym goers.
Overall, if you're making stuff like this, I'm not gonna lie, you're just a cornball to me. This man is acting like that one girl is the villain to society, bro. Let's even peep the comments for this video, because I know that this comment section is just gonna be cooking this man. Another hard watch. Bro's Inner Sigma is coming out. Bro thinks he's on a Netflix original.
He really
this made
does.
so much more sense when I realized you use Instagram
Baki
Reels.
has been
I'm
bad
not gonna
for
lie,
this
Instagram
generation.
Reels is also the haven for
Berserk
gym
should have stayed
creators.
underground.
But overall, like, stuff like this is just cringy, bro. Like, I just feel like when somebody sees this doesn't make somebody want to go to the gym.
Nah.
I feel like this just makes somebody want to stay away from the gym.
Yeah.
Imagine running into a person like this, bro. It's just like, bro, you are a freaking cornball. Another thing that I'm seeing a lot are a lot of like child fitness influencers,
Yes.
which does
yes, kids who are in a grocery store holding up cinnamon toast crunch and saying, "You think this is good for you? This isn't good for you. The first ingredient is processed flour, and the second ingredient is sugar." Dude, nobody cares, okay? I like cinnamon toast crunch. If I want to eat it, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care that it has sugar in you. Sorry that you're so weak that if you eat one piece of sugar, your lifespan decreases by 30 years or whatever. Most of us, eat a varied diet, and some of the food that we eat is junk, some of it is whole foods, and some of it we just don't think about very much because we're so busy. I get that you've been brainwashed by people into believing that somehow this is the right way, that your parents are stupid, that everyone around you doesn't get it. You're all alone in your life, and I'm the only one who has the voice of truth. You've been brainwashed, kid. You're 14 years old. You have no idea what it means to be out here in the world actually doing things. You don't know what it means to wake up early in the morning and be busy until you go to sleep and not even be able to get in bed at your bedtime because you have so much more to do still. Just quit all of that. Be a kid, because what's going to happen is you're going to get older and you're actually going to have responsibilities in a life, and you're actually going to have to grind to survive, and you're going to realize that you missed out on all the stuff that you should have missed out on because you were following some 8-step process that still just got you to being an 18-year-old. You got to being the same age that your peers got to be, except they had way more enjoyment in their life than you did.
Doesn't make any sense at all to me. Just peep this video.
Bro, look at that terrible form. Okay, so when you're training quads, when you're training your legs, so when you're doing leg press, you're training primarily this area of your body, okay? The only way to train that area of your body is to drag your butt down past your knee bend. You have to get that bend in order to get a full stretch in those muscles, and then you push back up to the contraction to get those things rock hard, and that's how you grow those muscles. What he's doing here is comical. It's not even moving. There's no range of motion. Bro, the Bible verse.
Now, first things first, W Bible verse. I'm gonna say that right now. A lot of people need God in their life. Have you seen freaking Twitter? But number two,
I guess, dude. I guess a lot of people do. I think those people could do some self-growth.
nobody broke this dude's heart at all. This man is just
No offense. If you're Christian, power to you. Don't use it as an excuse to not work on yourself.
saying that for the video, and I just find that corny. And number three, this kid is 13 years old, and when it comes to the gym, you can't really grow muscle at 13 years old because you haven't completed puberty yet.
Nah.
So in a sense, he's kind of working out for no reason at all. I'm not saying go home and be a freaking lazy bum who just plays Fortnite all day. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Well, let's
I
be
feel like he has
honest.
the right-
He's mimicking things that he's seen online. That's what kids do. It used to be that children learned how to do things from their parents, but nowadays their parents are so busy looking at these apps and they just give their kids screens. So now the kids learn how to be people from the people who are on those screens, and children are targeted by influencers like that because they're the only people dumb enough to think that those influencers are cool.
mindset, like getting disciplined in the gym, but at the same time, lifting weights isn't really helping you at all.
No.
If you're 13 years old, it's more destroying you than helping you. This kid even posted a progress pic, and I'm not trying to like dookie on this man's progress or anything, but the thing about it is that the only difference is the freaking lighting, and that's
the
because
pose.
he's 13. He can't grow muscle at all. This kid is working harder than smarter. It would be smarter if you started bodybuilding at 15 because it's like you finished puberty, you know? But this kid is just kind of in the gym just to say that he's in the gym at 13 years old, and I just find it pretty stupid.
Okay, so when I was a kid, this stuff didn't really exist. The things that were interesting to me were online video games, because that was pretty brand new. I was born in 1995, so 2005 World of Warcraft comes out. Online video games, musicianship, because of MySpace, really opened my eyes to a lot of things. Also, I just always wanted to be a guitarist. And then hanging out with people and making friends. That's what I was interested in. There wasn't such a market for stuff. There was no algorithm showing you stuff. The only stuff you would see is the stuff that you could find. So you didn't see children imitating bodybuilders because most of them didn't even know that bodybuilders existed. I did P90X when I was 16. That was the only form of weightlifting that I had ever discovered until I was about 21 years old, and then I had gained a lot of weight and I started working out. At 21 years old, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm now 29. I've been on an 8-year fitness and health journey. I've learned so much more about things than I ever could have imagined. But what I've learned mainly over that process is that it's a process. It's not something that someone just gives you and you understand it. If you see someone at a young age trying to teach you something, remember that they haven't been alive long enough to actually have learned anything. People always say, oh, that kid's so smart. No, that kid's really good at imitating. Unless he's coming up with ideas himself, he's not very smart. In fact, I could make the argument that somebody who imitates stuff that hard is actually kind of dumb.
Number 1, this kid has never had a GF in his life. I haven't either, I ain't gonna lie. And number 2, there is no
Brussels at
random
home with
kid
mom.
idolizing you. You are literally the age of sign up for Instagram. The age
Yeah.
you can have Instagram is
Shouldn't
13
be there. It
years
should be
old.
18.
And this kid is literally
You
13.
shouldn't,
I don't
maybe
think
even 21. You shouldn't be allowed, if you can't have cigarettes or alcohol, you shouldn't be allowed to be on the social medias.
any other
Bad
13-year-old
for
is
you.
looking up to you. I'm gonna say that right now.
Everything is against me.
Bro's
Bruh.
enemy is homework. Lower the ego, kid. Are you even old enough to be on Insta?
So
Bro's
bad.
enemy is his teacher. Overall, I just think it's pretty cringe. Like, you're 13. Go
It's
enjoy
more than
freaking- Go
cringe.
play outside or something, bruh. You don't gotta be a freaking influencer
Play
at this
Fortnite,
age, bro.
dude. It's better
Another
than
thing I want
that.
to talk about is gym influencers recording in locker rooms. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
All it's doing is what would be the word for this? Influenceration? Inflation scissors? I don't know. It's just creating an inflation of the influencer lifestyle. There's so many kids nowadays who watch more YouTube videos about how to be an influencer than they do videos about anything else. That's just all they care about is how do I get clout? How do I get more people to watch me? How do I get more views? How do I get more clicks? That's when I'll be worth something finally.
act like I'm a freaking angel myself.
Broken.
Bro, when I'm in a locker room after a gym session, bro, you would think that I'm a freaking model. The
Yeah,
amount
totally.
of videos and pictures I have of
be
myself
flexing.
in my freaking phone. It's pretty
The
crazy.
pump is
But
good.
one thing about locker rooms is that you are not allowed to record in locker rooms, because if you do record in locker rooms, a naked person can literally just walk
Yeah.
by because it's a locker room. People
Exactly.
get naked in there. People are taking showers in there, you know? And in this next video, this gym influencer just isn't going for it when a dude told him to turn his camera off.
You recording right now?
Yes.
I don't want to be in your recording.
I don't care. You touch me, watch what happens.
Like, that right there just shows the
Touch me, watch what happens. What happened to the world of not wanting problems? What happened to the world of just trying to give the kindness out that you want back? Why do you want everything to be a conflict? What is broken in your brain that you think you have to be a shark at all points in your life? Why is there no softness? How come everybody has to film themselves ordering food in an obnoxious way? Why is that the thing now? It must be a reflection of the mental health of the world after COVID, because man, it just did not used to be like this. People were so much kinder when I was a kid. The amount of camaraderie just in Mallrats was so high. You knew everybody and everybody knew you, and so you never had problems. I live in a town of 50,000 people, so I know so many people around that anytime there's been a conflict in my life with someone who I don't know, who's just got this weird, overly aggressive mindset, the amount of people who know me that just crowd around that person, and I just think, what an odd situation where everybody knows me and nobody has any idea who you are. I don't know why everyone wants to start a fight now.
ego of a lot of freaking gym influencers, bro. If somebody tells you to stop recording, bro, just stop recording.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Or you could just waited till the dude left. And
Do
then record it
anything
again
you
if
want
truly
until
wanted
someone
But
tells
it's
you to
like, bro,
stop,
if somebody
then
says that they don't
apologize
wanna be
and
in your
stop.
recording, and you respond with,
You touch me, watch what happens.
you don't look hard or anything. You just look like a certified cornball, bro. These are
Douchebag.
the types of people that ruin
Douchebag.
the reps of bodybuilders, bro. I'm telling you, if you go outside and you see a freaking jacked bodybuilder,
Nicest
a lot of
people.
jacked bodybuilders
Nicest
are mad
people.
chill. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. But this
They
guy
have no
right
reason
here,
to be
he thinks
angry.
that just
They're
because he's
enormous.
recording and he's
Nobody
flexing
ever
his
messes
muscles
with
that
them.
he's the biggest guy in the room, when it's like, bro, calm down.
And usually people who are really into bodybuilding, it's because at some point in their lives, someone made them feel really small. And so now they're working to never feel that way again, but they also remember what it felt like to be that way. So they're constantly trying to give out kindness to people because they'd rather fix the world than be part of the problem.
Like, if somebody tells you to stop recording, just stop recording. That's pretty much it. Overall, I just think that this dude is a certified...
Recording yourself in public is super cringy. He has 509 likes. I have Dead by Daylight edits with 509 likes. I have memes with that many likes. You're being a douchebag for $0. Do you get that? You have no following. Those people who are liking your video and subscribing don't know who you are and do not care. It's mostly children or randos who aren't going to support you in any kind of way. You're not doing anything here. And you're being a jerk to other people because you think that somehow this number is going to do something for you.
cornball, and he just makes the gym community look bad. But since we're talking about influencers and recording in gyms, let's talk about female influencers that are baiting clips, calling dudes creeps when they're not creeps at all. They're literally just freaking working out. Like, I'm pretty sure a few months ago we all saw that video of that woman recording in the gym. The two dudes look over at her and then she gets all freaking mad and flustered, saying that they're a freaking creep.
You need something? You need something? Do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something?
I don't know where to look in the gym anyways. I don't know where to look in real life, period. I'm got a touch of the tism. That might be obvious to some of you, how I have a hard time looking into the camera. But in the gym especially, I flick my head around constantly. That's how I live my life. My head's always on a swivel. I'm trying to read the situation around me because I have a really hard time defining the space that I'm in my brain. So I need constant visual cues in order to be able to see what's going on and to sort of make sense of the world around me. And the idea that if you're in the gym, I'm going to look at you sometimes. And it has nothing to do with you. I'm not thinking about you in any kind of way. I'm just there to work out, but my brain is looking around all the time. That's just the way it is. And if you get confrontational like that with me, I don't even know what I would do. I think I would just be flabbergasted. I think I would just, are you serious? I'm sorry. I'll try not to look at you, but we're in public. Where am I supposed to look? I want to make sure that maybe my ass crack is out, and I wanted to make sure that you didn't notice that my ass crack was out. Plus, you have a camera in here, and I'm doing all these movements, and my pants don't fit very well. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not making a fool of myself in front of your 6,925 likes.
Okay, I thought so. Keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. Starts the confrontation and then doesn't want any of it.
Nobody was looking at you any type of way.
It's a crazy reality, bro. You can't even look over at
They
somebody
pay just as
without
much money as you do to be there.
them calling you a creep. Isn't that wild? And the sad part about this is that, let's say a woman is like stuck or something under a barbell and she has a freaking tripod right in front of her. Nobody is gonna help her because they don't want to risk getting called a freaking creep. Like, that's happened numerous times inside of gyms.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, you think you can help me out over here? Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
You could literally be dying in a gym, but it's like, if you have that tripod right in front of you, it's like, bro, it's like
Nobody
a barrier,
wants to be
bro.
on
Like,
camera.
Nobody's gonna freaking help.
Nobody
you,
wants
dog.
to be on
It's
camera
actually
without
wild.
realizing
I remember like
that
a few
they're on
months ago,
camera.
right? This was like in the heat of all the freaking.
I don't know what
girls
kind of
calling
clip
dudes
you're gonna
creeps
make.
in the gym when they look at their camera once. And there was this girl who was working out right in front of me.
Editorial
and the thing about
voice is
my
a real
machine,
thing.
it's right behind hers. So it's like my eyes are locked this way because when I'm in the freaking row machine, I have to look forward. You feel me? And one thing that I saw was a camera on the floor. And when I tell you, I thought I was cooked, man. I thought I was gonna be on the freaking next episode of Gym Creeps 2.0 just because I was freaking.
In my gym, all the curl machine, the tricep push down, the chest press, the shoulder press, the chest flies, all of those machines are just facing treadmills, and there can be 10 treadmills in a row, and without fail, whatever machine that I'm on, whether it be a guy or a girl, will just get on that treadmill in front of me. And then what am I supposed to do? I'm just looking at ass the whole time. And half the time I'll close my eyes. I don't want to look down because then my form's all bad and my posture's terrible, and I'm pulling with places that I don't want to pull with. It's such an uncomfortable position to be in. I don't know why they can't just turn them backwards. Not the treadmills, but the machines. Just turn them the other way. Why is it set up this way?
Looking this way when a girl was recording. I'm not gonna lie, I was truly scared for my life. But it's just crazy, dog. Like, you can get labeled a creep in the gym if you just look over at somebody. Like, I feel like that's one thing that everybody does, bro. When you're in public, when you're in the gym, just wherever, you're always looking at people, bro. You want to see what people are up to. You don't want to be freaking blind when you're walking in places, not seeing what the vibe is. Sometimes you gotta look at everybody in the room just for your own safety. You never know what somebody could be on, bro. Especially with all these freaking shootings nowadays. It's like, bro, scoping out a room is not bad. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of gym influencers are just taking advantage of people looking at them and just labeling them as a creep when it's like, bro, they just looked at you once. Like, just calm down, little bro. But all that being said, to conclude this video,
it's not like you were revealing something.
It's good that the gym is becoming popular, but I feel like a lot of influencers and stuff are putting this like bad
gym final boss
on the gym, you know? Like the
6
gym
out of
went
10
from
physique.
being about hard work,
I have a 3 out of 10
and discipline,
not
but now
trying
it's
to
just
say
about
anything.
ego, clout, and greed. And it's honestly it's honestly sad. You can go to the gym without being cringy. I'm telling you right now. Like, I know it sounds like a freaking crazy concept, but you truly can. Also, there's other things to enjoy in life other than the gym. Like, you don't have to make the gym your whole freaking personality once you start going. Like, I feel like that's just corny, dog. Just go to the gym and shut up. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate you. Tell me your guys' thoughts on gym culture down below in the comment section. But yeah, like I said, this is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend you guys check out my most recent video where I talk about movie logic that makes no sense at all. But yeah, with all that,
it was a really good video. Cameron's always amazing. His content's great, and I like his opinions about things a lot. In conclusion, for me, it's amazing the way that people get so tunnel visioned with anything that they become interested in. I talked about this the other day about how you need to have reverence for whatever thing that you're trying to do. The other people, countless other people, have been just as ripped and jacked as you have over the years. People were doing it in the 1800s. People were doing it in ancient Roman times. People were doing it in caveman times. It's not something brand new that you're discovering. You're not bringing us... You're not discovering where all the dark matter in the universe is and what it's doing. You're just lifting a little bit of weights and you're having success with it. And that's totally admirable, and I respect you for doing that. But you need to have reverence for this thing that other people have been exactly where you are countless times. You're not the main character. You're not super special. Other people aren't out to get you when you're doing these things. We're all just living our lives trying to work on our goals and trying to get there. And most of us don't have the money to build a top-tier gym in our homes, so we have to spend money to go places in public to do it. And most of us don't want to be perceived because we're already pretty socially awkward. That's kind of why we're working out most of the time. So maybe just come off your bullshit a little bit. Maybe that's all you need to do. Anyways, give the video a like, guys. It was really cool to be here and watch this video. Thanks for watching, everybody.